Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Holly and today I'm filming a very different video to what I usually film. Usually I film like vlogs and like lifestyle and hair care videos, but I've been watching a lot of no spend videos and like no spend challenge videos recently, and they've kind of inspired me to do the same. I really want to get on top of my finances, and I feel like this will be just like a fun way to document it and really stay on top of my finances and just see what I can do when I'm actually mindful about what I'm spending money on. So the rules are, there's not crazy rules. Like obviously I'm still going to be spending money. There's going to be bills that are going out. There's going to be direct debits that are going out that obviously I'm not going to change because I don't want any debt collectors coming for me, aka my mum. It's more so like the non-essential spending. I really want to become mindful on what I'm actually spending money on. Is it an essential item? Is it something that I just want here and now in the moment? You know, things like that. So I have actually spent the evening going through what I've spent this month, like every single thing that I've spent money on this month, and I've put it into one of 5 categories. The first category is fixed expenses. This is stuff like rent, phone bill, direct debits, subscriptions, things like that. Then we've got variable expenses, which is like dining out, groceries, petrol. Then we've got debt repayment, I've got savings, then I've got non-essential. So I'm quickly just going to tell you in the month of January how much I spent for each of these categories, because I want to be able to come back at the end of this video and compare how much I spent in the month of February compared to January and see how well I did in the no spend challenge. I would say in January there's not been many anomaly payments, as in like at the end of last year my car got stolen and I had like a £600 excess that was going out, and just like random things here, there and everywhere that I had to pay but I didn't foresee having to pay. I haven't had any of that this month, which is very good. So hopefully I don't have any of that in February. But for my fixed expenses category, so like rent, phone bill, camera insurance, subscriptions, things like that, it was £373.57. I don't foresee that being something that is going to be less next month. The next category is variable expenses, dining out, groceries, diesel. In January on my variable expenses, I spent £399.94. Debt repayment, I only have 2 things on here. One of them is my camera. So the camera that I'm filming on, my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, I got that on finance and I pay £95.50 a month until April. Then I also have £20 student loan that just comes directly out of my wage. So that is £115.50. For my savings, I do put aside £200 every month in savings. And then non-essentials, so like shopping, hobbies and hair is what I broke it down to for January. So altogether on non-essential items, I paid £423.86. So that brings my total spend to £1,512.87. I'm going to do weekly check-ins with you guys, and really the goal is to be very mindful about what I'm spending. Like if I see something in a shop, is that something that I really need, or is it just something that is like an impulse buy? Really hoping the 2 main categories that I'm going to cut down is non-essentials and variable expenses, mainly dining out and shopping. That is a big area of my life where I spend a lot of money, and I can definitely cut down on that. I'm very excited to see what the next 30 days hold, and I will see you on our first no spend check-in. No spend Feb update. It is currently the 4th of January, so we're 4 days in. February. It's the 4th of February and we're 4 days in, and I just checked my online banking and I have spent so far £27.85. Do you mean how?
I've literally spent 17 pounds.
Yeah, okay, yeah, well, let me break it down. So what I've spent £27 on, oh my god, can you hear this rain? We've basically just been out for dinner, and I thought my total spend was going to be £13.30, but my mum said she's treating me, so I need to find more people to treat me this month so my spend can stay down. But let me break it down for you. So £16.62 was on my car tax. Obviously it's an essential, but I have to spend it anyway. I've spent £5.99 on my camera's insurance because it needs to be insured. I've spent £3.75 on a meal deal at Sainsbury's, and basically all the other food that I've been eating is just eating on shift at work because we get a staff meal. So I've been having fish and chips, chicken and chips, everything greasy. So I'm actually feeling really greasy. Oh, but yeah, that is my 4-day update on No Spend Feb. Pretty good so far. Hello. Oh my good God, it is so sunny. Why? So today is the 6th of February and I fear today is the day that No Spend Feb comes crumbling down. I can't lie. Not crumbling down, that's a bit dramatic, but I've got a few things on that I'm going to be spending money on. And I was really hungry just now, so I went and got 2 wraps from KFC. Oops. I think at the start of this video I said I want to spend less on eating out and I want to spend less on shopping. Shopping I found quite easy. Like, I've not wanted to really buy anything like that much to the point where it's like, oh my god, like I can't get this, can't get that. Whereas like dining out, that could be my downfall. Like, I love dining out, and basically tonight it was my friend's birthday in December, but we're basically celebrating her birthday today. We're going pottery painting, so I already paid a £20 deposit in January, so technically doesn't count, and the rest of it I have to pay tonight after we've done it. But I also think like that's a nice thing to get out of the house and go and do, so I'm not too bothered about that. But we are going out for food, but we're both on the same wavelength. Like, we don't want to go anywhere expensive, like cheap and cheerful. That is the vibe. So yeah, and I need to buy a train ticket. My train actually is in 30 minutes, so I'm gonna eat this wrap. I've already eaten one on the way, and I'm gonna go pottery painting tonight. It's gonna be so cute. But yeah, that is how my No Spend Feb is going so far. It's not even been a whole week yet, which is crazy. It feels like I've been doing this for like 2 weeks, but no. So I'll keep you updated in week 2, and we'll see how we are doing. But so far, so good. Not as bad as I thought. It's just the food. I love getting food out. Okay, slight damage was done at Trafford Centre. Let me see how much I spent. My blank streak was free, so I saved £4.90 there. I got £10 refunded for the t-shirt that I returned, so already I'm in credit £15, you know what I mean? I spent £3.90 on like a prawn pasta salad thing, which is so gorgeous. So I sat in Blank Street and drank that with my matcha. I mean, ate that with my matcha. Card Factory, £4.27. I just got some flowers and some bits from M&S, and I spent £43.75. So like £50 today. That's not good, but that is birthday and Valentine's Day, so I would say that's pretty good. So yeah, that is week 2 complete. Hello. So I actually don't remember what the last clip was that I filmed, but we are officially on the second to last day of February. I have one more, thank you Howard, I have one more kind of big payment that I need to make. It's my camera payment, so I pay £95.50 every single, well, not every single month until I've paid it off. I think actually next month is the last time I'll need to pay it, and then it's all paid off. So I do need to pay that today, so I'm going to do that right now. The thing that I'm finding the hardest is that I'm seeing so much stuff that I really like when I'm out, and I'm actually really proud of myself that I haven't been purchasing them. I actually did buy something yesterday. It was £19 and it was, I don't have it here, but I've just put it on my face. My face is so glowy right now. It's this Korean skincare, like basically it's a hyaluronic acid SPF like sun cream. I've just been looking for a facial sun cream that I can use every day that doesn't kind of feel really sticky and doesn't like peel over my other skincare, and this, when I felt it in the store, I was like, I can tell that this is going to be a really good one. So I did get that, which I'm not mad at, but I really haven't been buying anything else this month, which I'm really proud of. So I'm just about to pay my camera payment, and then I will catch up with you. We can have a really good deep dive into my spending, but I can tell you I've definitely spent less this month than in January, which I'm very proud of. So I'm just about to set off to work, but I thought I would film the outro to this video because I finally sat down and worked out all my finances for February and compared them to January, and there is a difference actually. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. So basically at the start of the video I broke my finances down. I'm just looking at my phone for reference, and I broke my finances down into like anomaly payments, fixed expenses, variable expenses, debt repayment, savings and non-essential. And just a reminder, I think the total for January was £1,512 thereabouts, and basically in February it was lower in my no spend month. Now I just want to preface it by saying that this was not as hardcore as I maybe could have done it, as in like I didn't stop going out with friends or loved one for like food. I was just more wary of like when I was spending money and why I was spending money. So that being said, my anomaly payments in January were £0. In February my anomaly payments was £80, and this was just mostly down to like my dog's vet bills, like for his worming and flea treatment, and just a couple of other bits for him. So that came to £80. But these don't happen every month, and like sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. Like an anomaly payment for March, which is the month I'm filming in right now, my car insurance is due, so that would be like a big anomaly payment. So yeah, £80 for February. Fixed expenses for January, so I believe I put this down to like my rent and direct debits and things like that, and it was the same as it was last month, so £373.57 for January and February. My variable expenses, what did I put this down as? I believe I broke that down into like dining out, my diesel, groceries, things like that. And in January I spent £399.94, and in February I actually spent around £50 more on this, so I spent £446.43 on my variable expenses. A couple of reasons for that, like my dining out was a lot less. So my dining out in January was £239, but my dining out in February was £143. Like I said, I still went out for food with like my boyfriend, my family, my friends, and did things like that, and obviously like took myself out on little self-care dates. So it was definitely a lot lower, almost £100 lower, but I could still do better on that. And then my diesel was actually like £108 last month. I think I spent like maybe like around £60 on diesel, but I did go and see my friend in Hull, so I did have to drive quite a far way to go and see her, so that's probably the reason for that. And then my groceries this month were actually higher, which I feel like is expected because if I'm eating out less, I'm going to be buying more like groceries. So my groceries for this month was like £175, whereas last month it was like £102. So that is expected. So overall, my variable expenses were higher, but for different reasons. And then my debt repayment is always the same. It's £115.50. After this month, I won't be paying my camera payments, so that will go down by £95.50, so it'll only be like £20. My savings, I saved £200 again, same as January. My non-essential, this is like the biggest one where I made a big difference, which I broke down into like shopping and hobbies and things like that, basically unnecessary shopping. So my non-essential for January was £423, and my non-essential for February was £135.60. So that is a big difference. So when we work it all out, I spent £161.77 less in February than I did in January, which I'm very happy with. I did hope it would be more, but if I did that every month, like saving almost £200 extra a month, like it all mounts up. It really does mount up. So overall, what I've learned from it is that for me, dining out is a very integral part of my life. Like a part of like my social life, my self-care, like my socializing. It's like a huge part of my life that I really struggle to kind of like cut out or
not do that much, but I definitely did really well, like especially with not buying coffees and things like that. Like Blank Street is like my go-to. I'll just go there, sit down, do some stuff there, and it's like one of my biggest favorite things to do. So that was quite hard to do, but I got through it. My life didn't change because of it. And my shopping, like I didn't restrict myself fully. Like I did buy a few new things, but I really thought about it and I thought, is this going to benefit me? Do I really need this? I honestly only bought like 2 or 3 things in February, like outweigh the pros and cons with it, I guess. So yeah, shopping I think was the biggest thing for me, where I cut out a lot of my spending, and my life is probably better for it. I don't have unnecessary things that I've bought. It's just made me really conscious of what I'm spending my money on, and I'm gonna continue like trying to implement them habits throughout the rest of the month in March and like the rest of the year and hopefully life. But yeah, it's the results of my no spend challenge for February. It's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit different for my channel, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.